Believe it or not, the American Mafia once held sway over entire industries. They influenced labor unions, construction, and even the garment industry. Their reach extended far beyond the dark alleys and smoky backrooms. This vast criminal network, with its roots in Sicily, infiltrated the very fabric of American society. Their influence, built on fear and intimidation, left an indelible mark on the nation. From the bustling ports of New York City to the sunny streets of Miami, the Mafia's presence was felt. They thrived in the shadows, manipulating businesses, politicians, and entire communities. Their power seemed limitless. They controlled gambling dens, smuggling rings, and drug trafficking operations. The Mafia's grip on America was a dark secret, whispered in hushed tones. Their influence extended to Hollywood, where they rubbed shoulders with celebrities and movie moguls. They used their ill-gotten gains to invest in legitimate businesses, further solidifying their power. The Mafia's reach was pervasive, touching every aspect of American life. They were a force to be reckoned with. The American Mafia's story is not for the faint of heart. It is a tale of brutal violence, ruthless ambition, and a constant struggle for power. Born out of the ashes of Prohibition, the Mafia rose to prominence by controlling the illegal liquor trade. They amassed fortunes, corrupting officials, and eliminating rivals with chilling efficiency. At the helm of these criminal empires stood legendary figures like Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, and Meyer Lansky. These men, shrouded in an aura of both glamour and terror, became cultural icons. They were the embodiment of the Roaring Twenties, a time of both great prosperity and shocking lawlessness. The Mafia's influence extended far beyond the Underworld. They exerted control over politicians, judges, and even law enforcement officials. Their web of corruption seemed impenetrable. They operated with impunity, their crimes often going unpunished. For decades, law enforcement agencies struggled to combat the Mafia's pervasive influence. The organization's code of silence, known as omerta, made it nearly impossible to secure convictions. Witnesses were often too terrified to testify, and those who dared break the code often met with untimely ends. The FBI, under the leadership of J. Edgar Hoover, initially downplayed the threat posed by the Mafia. However, as the organization's power grew, so too did the pressure to bring them to justice. The creation of specialized task forces and the implementation of new investigative techniques marked a turning point in the fight against organized crime. One of the most effective tools in the government's arsenal was the RICO Act. This law, passed in 1970, allowed prosecutors to target the Mafia's vast financial empire. By seizing assets and targeting the organization's leadership, law enforcement finally began to chip away at the Mafia's power. From coast to coast, the Mafia's grip on America. The Mafia's influence extended far beyond its New York City roots. From the bustling streets of Chicago to the sunny shores of Miami, these criminal syndicates established footholds across the nation. They infiltrated legitimate businesses, infiltrated labor unions, and exerted control over everything from garbage collection to construction. In Las Vegas, the Mafia played a pivotal role in the city's rise as a gambling mecca. They poured millions into the construction of lavish casinos, attracting high rollers from around the globe. However, this influx of wealth also attracted the attention of law enforcement, eventually leading to the downfall of many mob-run casinos. Despite their criminal activities, the Mafia also played a complex and often contradictory role in American society. They provided a sense of community and identity for many Italian Americans, offering protection and opportunities that were often denied to them in mainstream society. The Castellamarise War, a bloody struggle for power. The Castellamarise War, a brutal conflict that raged through the streets of New York City in the early 1930s, stands as a chilling testament to the Mafia's ruthlessness. This bloody power struggle, pitting the aging Mustache Petes against the ambitious Young Turks led by Salvatore Maranzano and Charles Lucky Luciano, resulted in countless deaths and forever altered the landscape of organized crime in America. Maranzano, a traditionalist who sought to maintain the Mafia's old-world structure, clashed with Luciano's vision of a modern, streamlined organization. Luciano, a cunning strategist, believed that the Mafia's future lay in cooperation and collaboration among its various factions. The war reached its climax in 1931 with the assassination of Joe Masseria, bringing an end to the old order and paving the way for Luciano's rise to power. Luciano, along with his allies Meyer Lansky and Frank Costello, established the Commission, a governing body designed to maintain order and prevent future conflicts among the five families. This new era of organized crime, characterized by a more business-like approach, would define the Mafia's operations for decades to come. The legacy of the Mafia, from the streets to our screens. The American Mafia's grip on American society may have weakened, but its legacy continues to fascinate and horrify us. From classic films like The Godfather to gritty television shows like The Sopranos, the Mafia's story has been told and retold, captivating audiences with its blend of violence, glamour, and moral ambiguity. These fictional portrayals, while often romanticized, offer a glimpse into the Mafia's complex subculture, its codes of honor and loyalty, and the constant tension between family and business. The Mafia's influence on popular culture is undeniable. Their story has become an integral part of the American crime narrative. Yet it is essential to remember that the Mafia's legacy is not confined to the realm of entertainment. The organization's real-life crimes left countless victims in their wake. Their story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the corrosive effects of corruption. The Mafia's story is far from over. While their influence may have diminished, organized crime continues to evolve and adapt, finding new ways to operate in the shadows.